So I want to take a few minutes to talk about how our primary system in the United States is utterly screwed up and completely undemocratic. And look, I want to say this right off the bat. I don't want this to be a Bernie versus Hillary thing here. I promise I don't. I know none of this is changing in this election, but I think that the insanity of how we select the leader of the free world is in fact a conversation worth having, especially as we're seeing it unfold in front of our eyes. So today, I'm not even talking about the whole super-delegate nonsense, which we've covered on this show before. So I want to talk about something else that's crazy about our primary system. So my friend Mark recently pointed out to me that here in Massachusetts, where both he and I live, we had around 1,200,000 people voting in the 2016 Democratic primary. Down in Georgia, they had around 760,000 people vote in their Democratic primary. So Massachusetts has 116 delegates to award, while Georgia also has 116 delegates to award. So let me lay this out for you again. Over 600,000 more Democrats voted in Massachusetts than Democrats voted down in Georgia. Well over 500,000 people, but Georgia still gets the same amount of delegates as Massachusetts. How does that seem democratic? How does that seem fair? And again, obviously, this is not changing in 2016. The super-delegate system, this crazy undemocratic super-delegate system, it's not changing in 2016. Again, right now, this isn't about Bernie versus Hillary, but it's trying to have a conversation about the very idea of basic democracy. Can we have that conversation? I mean, in theory, don't we all think that the person who gets the most votes should ultimately win? Is that a controversial statement, that the person who gets the most votes should win? Maybe it is. I mean, to a lot of Democrats, maybe it is a controversial statement, but I don't think it should be. In the primaries, instead of all this delegate nonsense and ridiculousness, why don't we just count the votes? I know, it's a crazy idea. Just count the votes. In the end, the candidate nationwide who gets the most votes is the nominee. I know, it's a crazy idea, right? And hell, since we're spitballing here, why don't we do that in the general election too? Instead of this winner-take-all electoral college bullshit where a couple of states get to determine who the leader of the entire country is, where a blue vote in a red state doesn't count and a red vote in a blue state also doesn't count, why don't we just have everyone's vote count the same? One person, one vote. I know, it's crazy, but it's so crazy, it just might work.